You've seen it 1,000 times, right? The sun-drenched arena, the cheering crowd, and a matador holding that brilliant red cape. A massive bull paws the ground, lets out a snort, and then charges. It's an iconic image. But what if I told you the most famous part of that story, the part about the color red, is completely and totally wrong? Let's get into it. For centuries, the claim has been super simple, and we've all just kind of accepted it as fact. Bulls hate red. It's the trigger, the thing that makes them go from 0 to 100. It's even become a figure of speech for making someone angry. But is there actually any truth to it? Nope, not even close. The idea that a bull charges because it sees the color red is one of the biggest, most persistent myths out there. The real story is way more interesting, and it has everything to do with biology, psychology, and, well, a little bit of showbiz. Okay, so to really understand why this myth is so wrong, we need to try and see the world the way a bull does. And that means we have to dive into the science of their eyesight, which, it turns out, is fundamentally different from ours. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. What we see as a vibrant, fiery, aggressive red, a bull sees as a dull, muted, kind of yellowish-gray color. They literally can't see the color red like we do. So how is that even possible? Well, the answer comes down to a biological term, dichromatism. See, we humans are what you call trichromats. We've got 3 types of color-detecting cone cells in our eyes for red, green, and blue. But cattle, and that includes bulls, are dichromats. They're missing the red cone receptor. They just don't have the biological hardware to see red. So, because they're missing those red cones, their world is painted in shades of yellow, green, blue, and violet. A red cape, a red sports car, a red stop sign. To a bull, it's all just some version of yellowish-gray. And look, this isn't just a theory, it's been confirmed by tons of studies, probably most famously by the show MythBusters. They proved a bull will charge a cape of any color, white, blue, you name it, as long as it's moving. Which of course brings us to the next big question. If the color red has absolutely nothing to do with it, then why do they charge with so much aggression? Well, the real reasons are a powerful mix of instinct, stress, and some very specific genetics. Let's break this down. First, and this is the big one, movement. That quick, flapping, unpredictable wave of the cape is a huge trigger. It's seen as a threat, and it kicks in a primal instinct to chase and destroy. Second, there's the stress and trauma. That bull is already agitated, confined, and often wounded before the matador even brings out that famous cape. And third, and this is so important, breeding. These are not your average farm animals. Take a look at this. This is the taur, the wild, ferocious ancestor of all modern cattle. That aggression wasn't just for show. It was a survival trait that helps them compete and defend themselves for millions of years. Spanish fighting bulls have been selectively bred for centuries to basically take that ancient confrontational instinct and turn it all the way up to 11. And here is a wild fact that just shows you how intelligent these animals are. A fighting bull only ever enters the ring once. Just one time. Why? Because they learn so fast from the experience that they would be impossibly dangerous for a matador the second time around. They'd learn to ignore the waving cape and go straight for the real threat, the person. So all of this leads us back to the central mystery of the bullfight, doesn't it? If the bull is essentially colorblind to red, and the real triggers are movement and breeding, then why on earth is the cape famously, iconically, red? Yeah, why red? It's clearly not for the bull. So who is it for? The answer is as practical as it is, well, pretty grim. The reason the cape is red is purely for the people watching. That brilliant crimson color of the final cape is designed to do one thing and one thing only: mask the color of the bull's blood. It's a dark but very practical piece of theatrical sleight of hand. To be really specific about it, that red cape is called a maleta, and it is only used in the final, fatal stage of the fight, a stage known as the tercio de muerte, which translates to the act of death. This is when the bull has already been wounded and is bleeded. And get this, for the first 2/3 of the bullfight, the matadors use a totally different cape. It's called a capote. It's much larger, and it's a bright pink or fuchsia on one side and yellow on the other. This just completely proves that the color red itself is totally irrelevant to getting the bull to charge.
So the final piece of this whole puzzle has nothing to do with animal biology. It's all about human psychology. The choice of red for that final dramatic act was incredibly deliberate, but the target audience was never the animal in the ring. It was always us, the people in the stands. I mean, just think about our own language. We have the phrase seeing red when we talk about being furious. And it's not just an English thing. In Russian, a similar phrase translates to red veil to describe uncontrollable rage. We are just culturally hardwired to connect red with danger, with passion, and with aggression. And this isn't just a feeling. The red effect is a real, documented phenomenon. Just looking at the color red can literally trigger physiological changes in your body. It can increase your heart rate, raise your blood pressure. It can make you feel more energized, more excited. It's a color that actually gets our blood pumping. The effect is so powerful, it might even influence the outcome of sports. A study of the 2004 Olympics found that in one-on-one combat sports like boxing and wrestling, competitors who were randomly given red uniforms won about 55% of the time. The color itself seems to provide a psychological edge. So what's going on is that red has this kind of dual effect. It can make the person wearing it feel more aggressive and dominant, and at the same time, it can make an observer perceive that person as more of a threat. It's pure psychological theater, and the Matador is at the center of it. So it turns out the legendary red cape was never about the bull's psychology at all. It was always about ours. It's there to amp up the drama for the crowd, to hide the grim reality of the fight's final moments, and to play on our deepest, most primal instincts about what that color means. Which leaves us with one last lingering question. In the grand theater of the bull ring, who is really the one being manipulated by the color red?